Bremen. It's going to be online, okay? And then we'll see the rest, okay? Thank you so much for being here in the third day. And I hope that also, don't forget in the afternoon to come with me to Mirandela, to the final workshop in Art Station, okay? We need you, okay? And thank you. What do you want to say?
No, thank you. I hope that everything goes smoothly. So we will have this first part that will be coordinated by the TIG in arts and creative industries, and then we will pass to a mixed part and a more dedicated part to the circular economy TIG, which I coordinated. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope we have a fruitful cooperation and discussion. So it is not only what we are going to discuss here, we can contact us to, and you can also collaborate with us. We need it too much to proceed with what, with our objectives in the Stars EU Alliance. So welcome everyone.
Hello, good morning. Only two ideas. First of all, thank you for coming and welcome to the School of Technology and Management of IPB. The second, for us, direction of the school, it will be important to receive ideas from the teams of TIGs for Stars EU. So we are open to listening to you, and all ideas are good for us. So I'm going listening you, and after we could talk about the possibilities to implement programs or other things in the schools. So thank you for coming, and good work during this morning.
Thank you, Nuno, and good morning all. Yesterday was our 53rd anniversary, okay? And generally lately when this occurs, we organize a kind of important challenge and topics that we are addressing in our institution, and that's why we created some years ago the In2Cop, okay, conference. The day before yesterday was more or less about innovation systems, and today will be devoted more to Stars EU Alliance and international cooperation. Okay, so Stars EU Alliance is a great idea. So it is a European university initiative. It is one of the top actions of European Commissions for Higher Education and Erasmus Plus program. It is a huge challenge, so the objective is that institutions of higher education come together and create a consortium to start offering things together, and at the end to be a kind of joint institution. Of course, this is very challenging, and because it doesn't not concerns only to some project or some topic, but it concerns everything. So it concerns education, training, it concerns research, it concerns the third mission and how we cooperate with the external world. Our alliance has 9 partners, okay? So all over Europe, 8 partners from European Commission and 9 partners from Albania, not yet in European Commission or European Union, but part of the Western Balkans that are prioritary for European Union also to address it. So 9 partners about everything equal big confusion, okay? So it's in fact a huge challenge to become a common university or common institution of higher education. Let me give you one example. So think about training. Training students and how we can train students together. And at the end, the objective is to allow a student to move from partner to partner to get their training, to collect credits, ECTS credits, and then at the end to have their diploma, one or more diplomas from the different partners. This is very easy to say, and this is very hard to achieve, okay? And in fact, is a big challenge. But why it is very hard to achieve? Is because we don't know what it is, or because we don't know how to do it? No, we know. This is the Bologna spirit, okay? If we look for Erasmus, if we look for best practices, moving students, recognizing credits, and at the end, we put one diploma or more diploma, this is the Bologna spirit from the beginning. So the most important or the most difficult is not what to do, how to do it, but why to do it, okay? So this is the most important. Why institutions want to do things together, okay? So the most important is not what it is, how it is, but why it is. I'm not inventing nothing, okay? This is a very nice idea from a guy called Simon Sinek, a motivation speaker that research on pedagogy of organizations, and again he says, start with why, okay? Why we want to do things together. That's why this meeting is very important, okay? Because to do things together we need to meet, we need to start doing things together with partners in Stars EU Alliance, but this of course applies also to other partners all over the world. I know here for a long time Spain, Rovira Virgilia, our new friend from Pernambuco and so on, so maybe I'm forgetting some, but this is the idea, and this is how these meetings are important, okay? So to start doing things together, and particularly for the day, thematic interest groups, okay? Thematic interest groups inside our Stars EU Alliance, as you know, are ways to put teachers and later students and stakeholders together in different areas in a way to produce offering things together. Our Dean for School of Technology and Management was just talking about that, okay? Just organize yourself, talk, produce things, and then come talk to me, and we will transform it in good things that we offer inside the Alliance, okay? Again, this is easy to do, but it's hard to do it, okay? And why is it hard to do it? Because we need institutional change, okay? We are not used to do things together and to offer things together. We are used to produce very nice things all alone, okay? And of course, this does not respect only to the rector, neither only to the student or the teacher. So it comes to the rector, to the dean, to the head of department, to the course director, to the departments, to the teachers themselves, to the students themselves, everyone, okay? Because this is about everything. So thank you, Vera, to create the In2Cop with all the team. Thank you, Filomena, and thank you, Carlos, for leading 2 of the 9 TICs that we currently have in Stars EU Alliance. The day is yours. Please produce things. Please shake the Stars EU Alliance in order to start being a real university. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you. Nuno, if you don't mind, we're starting the Zoom eventually. Let's see if you can, please. If you can't, tell me. Okay, no problem. So, while I'm conducting the Zoom and putting Nuno working, I'm just going to say something about this afternoon. What is going to happen? We're going to be in my school where I teach. Sometimes I usually teach also in Bragança. But in the afternoon, we're going to be in Mirandela, and there will be. Okay, let me check. Yes. Já está. Já? Já? Deixa-me só pôr o som off. Ok. Anda aqui tu, por favor. Vem aqui. Liga. Senão, estás a ver, não? Onde é que é a administração? Entrar mesmo. Uma reunião já está. A Yanina já está. Pessoal, alguém está os administradores aqui, não é? Aos seus ligação do computador para o já está. Hello? Okay, fine. Sorry. It's working? Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much. As usual, Barbara. I need Discord, sorry. I hate Zoom. Because of Barbara, I'm a fan of Discord. No more Zoom, no more anything. Eventually, sometimes WhatsApp. What a mess. So, in 40 minutes, don't forget that. So we're going to enter with Janina, okay? Janina, she's the designer that is working with Stars.eu, and she's making the infographics for all the Stars.eu campus. And they started this info regarding the corporate identity for Stars.eu in a test player, if we can say, a mock-ups, first in Bremen and also in Laguna. So they are implementing the first corporate identity and infographics in both places. After this place is being tested, we then rearrange that for what is missing, what is going wrong, and then we implement the rest for the other campus in the other cities. So in the afternoon, Nuno is working now? Because we don't see it here. So in the afternoon, we're going to be in Mirandela, and there will be Jacinta, me, and Alucia speaking a little bit, very short cycle of talks with what you've been doing regarding the TICs, a little bit, okay? And after we're going to have a workshop, and the workshop in Art Station, in the old building that was for trains, now it's an art place. I will make something regarding what we need to implement when we have these problems of several ticks with two different research items. Is not there? No? She's not entered? No? Okay. We will wait a little bit. Okay. And and we're going to have this workshop. And I'm going to mix three of my gurus of design and architecture, okay? And of course a little bit of semiotician's process, and also of course some things about science symbols and health aging. So I'm going to pick SLOC element from Manzini, slow, local, open and connected. Then I'm going to pick some elements from Vinimas, from MRVD, the architects, that work with data and join this data with mapping. And then I will work with something, but I need you, because if we don't make this map together, will not work at all, okay? And then I will work with health aging and also how we're going to deal with 3 days of work or 4 days of work, as is being discussed already in England, 3 days of work, with artificial intelligence further and further, with further development, more time free, and still more and more connected, digital connected, and how cities can survive to this, and how democracy can survive to this. So I'm going to join these elements. So it's going to first time then to me and Jacinta and all the team is going to make this workshop. It's going to be a mess, okay, first of all. But if all the areas that are here today will not help me, it's not workable. Janina, are you there? Let me telephone her. Why? Come on. I speak with her 5 minutes ago. Hello. Estou sem, é para mim. I speak with her 2 minutes ago. So, please, let's keep on. We're already late a lot. Let's start with, I'm going to pass Janina, okay? It's very strange, okay? Okay. Very strange indeed. She was in a hurry like a German person. Carlos, what is missing? Well, let's pass. I'm going to talk. Let's pass to another field. So it's not going to be Janina. Sorry for the, but I don't know what is happening. So I'm going to pass to, Sa?
I'm here, but I think you can't see me.
Okay. Oh, it's there.
Yes. I can't share my screen,
Oh,
so that's the
okay.
problem.
Oh. Wait a moment. Okay. És tu, está ali. És tu que tens que dar. És tu que tens que estar no Zoom. Onde é que está o Zoom teu? Tens que dar partilha. Já conseguiste? Então. Então, não está? Já está? Ok.
Hello.
Okay, good. Finally.
Can you see my screen and me now?
Yes. Everything. Everything. Hello? Are you listening?
Hi.
You can start, Anina. Thank
Okay,
you
I
so
can
much.
start.
Yes, yes. You're not seeing us. Do you see here the camera? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Here is in the
Perfect.
room. Okay. And
Then-
you can start. Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Bye bye.
So, yeah, hello everyone. My name is Janina. Sorry for the delay. I'm part of the Stars EU project, and thank you for the invitation, Carlos. I'm a part of the work package Physical Co-Creation Campus, and today I will share a short overview of what we have done so far and our current focus on the physical campus. Yes, I will start with our task of making European collaboration and our alliance visible across all the partner universities with a common signage system. And then I will give a brief insight into our teaching format we are currently running on the topic of the co-creation campus. And the key focus of my presentation today is our current objective to design a common STARS-EU signage system that reflects the STARS-EU visual identity and creates a feeling of belonging while making the alliance visible at every partner university and across all campuses. We are currently at the stage where we have developed a first guideline and a prototype for a common STARS-EU signage system. And we designed it as an add-on system so that it can be integrated into very different campus environments across the Alliance. And now we are moving into the pilot phase. We will start in La Laguna in Tenerife, Spain, on a peripheral campus. And then we start also in the city campus in Bremen, Germany. To make it adaptable for every university, we structured it into 3 levels. A minimum level, which includes the mandatory core elements, a medium level, and also a maximum level, which offer additional options. Only the minimum level must be implemented, but partners are free to include elements from the other levels if they wish and if it fits their local context, but there are no fixed order. The levels can be combined flexibly depending on what works best for each university. We started the project with an existing brand book, which we are now working with. Our signage system is based on these guidelines and translated them into a practical wayfinding system. Where needed, we extended the framework with wayfinding specific elements such as directional arrows or expanded color palette to improve the clarity and the contrasts and the accessibility. And now we come to the 3 different levels on the STARS-EU add-on signage system. I'd like to start with the minimum level. It defines the mandatory elements that every partner university should implement. Before we look at design solutions, one thing matters most. People should immediately recognize the entering a STARS-EU space. That's why we defined a key requirement for selected entrances, a clear membership message. How it's integrated will differ by campus and will be tested in the pilot phase. The goal is to make a proud member of the STARS-EU Alliance part of our shared identity. To make this message easy to implement on any campus, we also developed a flexible option for the floor. We designed an entrance carpet or a floor sticker that can be placed in the main entrance area. It's a simply but a visible way to make the Alliance recognizable as soon as people enter the building. So besides the entrance signs and carpets, we also use roll-up banners as part of the minimum level, and there are also door signs for all STARS-EU members. These can look quite different depending on the local context and building style. The exact design will be defined in coordination with the local designers at each university. The last element of the minimum level is the communication spot. The idea is to have a fixed meeting point where everyone interested in StarCU stuff, students or visitors, can come together. And this spot can take many forms depending on the local context. For example, a branded table in the cafeteria or another visible place on the campus where people meet and exchange ideas. Now the medium level, which builds on the minimum level, but it's optional way, it's not the mandatory thing. The first element of the minimum level are the mobile cubes. They can be used either as small modular towers for orientation or simply as visual markers to highlight StarCU spaces on campus. They are not permanently installed, but can be set up in different places on the campus. The second element is the information table. It serves as a central point where materials and information about StarCU can be displayed. For example, brochures, flyers, or project presentations. It can be placed in highly frequently areas such as entrance halls or cafeterias, so that everyone can easily access information about the Alliance. We also developed small promotional items such as stickers, postcards, keychains. We can be placed on the information table to attract attention and help to spread the StarCU identity. And here you can see the indoor or also outdoor mobile flags, which can be placed in entrance areas or event spaces. They are really easy to set up and make them perfect for temporary use. And finally, for the minimum level, we have the event branding, which combines different visual elements such as banners, table signs, and flags to create a strong StarCU presence at events. Now we come to the maximum level, which goes one step further. It focuses on integrating StarCU more permanently into the campus environment and make it a visible part of the university life. And this starts with the extended wayfinding system, which connects entrances, offices, and activity areas, making the StarCU part of the overall campus orientation. A visual layer for StarCU activities will be added to the existing campus maps. This can look different at each university, but it's important that StarCU spaces are clearly visible on the general campus maps. And this helps, for example, students and visitors easily find related offices and activities. In addition to the campus maps, it's also important to make StarCU visible during events. That's why we use event signage, which helps participants find StarCU activities quickly and clearly, for example, during conferences, meetings, or a blended intensive program. And then we have the permanent outdoor flags. They are already used by some partner universities. They are easy to install where flagpoles already exist, but otherwise a bit more complex, which is why they are part of the maximum level. And there are also some additional options within the maximum level that might be interesting for certain campuses. This is an interactive information wall which can be placed in central areas or at events. It offers space to present StarCU activities or to collect feedback and ideas from university members. And here you can see seating cubes which combine visibility and usability. They can be placed in different spots on campus or at events. We are now beginning the pilot phase, and over the next months we will test how the system works in practice. We prepared a small showroom at our last working meeting in November in La Laguna, Spain, and have already received good feedback. And now we are very excited to learn in the pilot phase what works, what need adjustments, and how we can shape the next steps together. And before I close, I would like to give you a very short sneak peek into another activity within our task, the Outer Campus Living Lab. This is closely connected to our long-term objective to establish the inter-university STAR-CU physical co-creation campus. In the summer of 2025, we started the Outer Campus Living Lab in Bremen, in Germany, and explored the question, what is a European campus? And together with 35 students from different disciplines, architecture and design, integrated design, and the aim was to collect ideas, perspectives that help us imagine a European campus from the bottom up, not only through signage or building, but through shared experience, space, and interaction. It was a great start in the project, and we all learned a lot about the idea of a co-creation campus. And by the end, 8 projects had emerged, each exploring a different aspect of a European co-creation campus. One of the outcomes from this summer is a prototype for STAR-CU Pavilion, a communication satellite designed to exist on every STAR-CU campus. The students created a handbook so that each university can build their own version using local materials and skills. And La Laguna was the first partner university to take up this idea, and they successfully rebuilt the pavilion prototype on campus based on the student manual. And the vision behind this pavilion and behind Outer Campus in general is that in the next step of the project, every partner university can actively take part regardless of discipline. So in Bremen, we completed this first phase with first ideas and the prototypes like the pavilion. The next step is through exchange, as we are doing now, by presenting the project and its outcomes. And in summer 2026, the Living Lab will continue with a blended intensive program as part of the Outer Campus project, a short blended format that allows us to bring students and staff from all partner universities together to further develop the project. And the big goal is to explore the question, what is a European campus, together with all STAR-CU universities and across as many disciplines as possible. And what makes this format special is that we explore this question together with students. Students actively shape the process. It's not a top-down approach. And yeah, so I'm final. So thank you for your attention, and I hope this small insight gave you a good overview of our project. And if you want to explore our project further, the QR code gives you access to Linktree, the catalog, and ongoing updates. And yeah, here's some pictures. Thank you so much.
Hello, Janina. Are you listening to me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to work with you. Our students, 3 of design will be in Outer Campus in May, 3 of design and 2 of multimedia, and 2 teachers will go also to Bremen, to the Outer Campus, to join the team from Ernestina, from Krakow, Ernestina and Kinga, okay, the architects from Krakow. Then we're going also Maria Clark, of course, from Bremen, the team from architects in Bremen, and Janina of design. And also, I don't know the rest of the team, it's a lot of persons that are going to be together from different fields to plan this outstanding process of what is effectively the outer campus, focus of course in sustainability. And thank you, Janina, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, okay? Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thank you
See
for
you.
the
See you.
invitation.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I forget that. So we have questions here.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your talk. It's very inspiring. I'm Amar, professor of architecture at Built Environment University, just 2 hours away from you. Yesterday, I saw the day before some works about bio-based materials and circularity and so on. And I'm wondering, I mean, the design is great, ideas are great. I'm wondering if you are using also bio-based material for example, the supports of the key holders, for all the material you have, even textile, so someone using textile as a bio-based material as well. Is there a connection between graphic representation and the support of this design, just to make it more sustainable and incorporate all what students are doing and so on? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your question. We have one part in our Stars EU project that is responsible for the sustainable, and also our lead in this work package where we are working on the signage system is in this work package. And we are trying to figure out how we can create this signage system sustainable, and what can we use, which materials. But we are now in the first step, so we need to figure out what is possible because of the costs, the finance aspect, and what is also possible to get in the different parts of the partner universities. So is it possible to buy this in Bremen? Is it possible to buy this same thing in Portugal? And that's a good thing, but I think that's the next step. So now we are only have these different kinds of levels, and now we are trying to figure out what is possible, which kind of material. Yes.
Thank you so much, Janina. One more question for Luís Pais, okay?
Not a question for Janina, but for sure she will help, but also a question for us, or a challenge for us. This is, of course, related to spreading the image of Stars EU Alliance inside our institutions. We will be responsible to organize a meeting in October, next October. So it would be very nice if we succeed on having some spaces in some schools, at least, on spreading these ideas, and who knows, with also biomaterials or something else, in a way that we can prove our partners that we are more and more related to the Stars EU Alliance, and this also is known by not only of us, like as leaders and teachers leading the things, but also for everyone, teacher and student and staff. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Janina. In fact, that's why I invite you, not only for communicate what you've been doing around Stars EU, also the outer campus, of course, it's fundamental. At the same time, how the teams from biomaterials or whatever can, of course, integrate this structure. Okay. Thank you so much, Janina. See you soon, I hope.
Yes.
Bye bye. Do you go to La
Have a
Laguna?
great.
Oh no.
No, I think
No.
not.
Okay. Kisses. Bye bye.
But
See you.
have a great,
See.
great
Bye bye.
time.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Bye.
So now we pass to my big boss, not from here, but from University of Porto. Okay, I have two big bosses today here. I teach in University of Porto since 2012 in the Master of Industrial Design and Product Design, Product and Industrial Design, or Industrial Design and Product Design. I always mix it. Okay, because before it was MDP and now it's MDEP. Sorry, is that no? It's correct. Yeah, no problem. Still, and it's a privilege to teach there. I'm a helper of project. Project is leading with George and Lydia. Lydia is designer, and it's fundamental because it's really oriented in industrial design, and so the link between Faculty of Engineering and the link with Faculty of Fine Arts is fundamental. And that's why I bring, and it's really a privilege to have this. It's also a privilege to teach there for so long. This year, finito, okay. I don't know how long, but let's see. But also it's a privilege to have here 3 students of my discipline, okay, of product semantics. And now I pass the word to Mr. Professor George Lino. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carlos. So, first of all, thank you, Carlos, for inviting me to be here today, and also thank you for the Polytechnic Institute of Bragança for this invitation and to have the opportunity to show some of the work that we have been doing. While still I'm waiting for my presentation, I brought one book that we published 2 years ago about some of the projects that we did in our master program. So I will leave it here, and if you want to see. And also, I brought a brochure of a project that I'm going to present today. So, Carlos gave me 15 minutes. So I'm an engineer, so I'm going to control my time. And this marriage between engineering and the fine arts, for me, it's a really big pleasure, and I learned a lot with the designers. Although I did not do, as you can see, a presentation that with a stylish or a design stylish. So I try, but you can see that is a presentation done by an engineer. So I'm going to show you 2 pictures that I think that are very important for me in terms of this topic that I brought today to share with you. So I'm going to be very fast with my slides because I have few time. So I will be available to discuss with you some of these 3 projects that I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'll show 3 projects, but I'll start with this picture that impressed me a lot some years ago. So in terms of sustainability of materials, so this is a very nice toy that I enjoyed a lot. So we can be real. We are challenged every day in terms of these questions of sustainability. The other picture that I have is this one that impressed me a lot. I was with this guy in Cuba, and he was explaining that he has air conditioning in his bedroom, and he was explaining me that the wind comes this way, goes again this plate, and he enters in his room. So this is fantastic, and this was really impressed me a lot and make me think a lot about these questions. So this is another project that we just finished. It's a shredder for thermoplastics that we are using to make new filament for 3D printing. So this is my area of working. and we published a book recently about 3D printing, and also I put this image because this was very important. This was Daniel that came from Spain, and we started a collaboration with Cadiz in working in large format additive manufacturing that I think that is very important. So the first case study that I'm showing to you, this is one work of our student Teresa Moura. She is already working in a company in Espinho, and it's about the integrating plastic film recycling in product manufacturing. So this work was the collaboration with a Nautilus company, that is a company that makes furniture for mainly for schools. And they have 2 factories, and when they transport the furniture between their 2 factories, they use this plastic film. So most of the times the lifetime of this plastic film is hours. After that, goes to the trash. Okay? So our challenge was trying to find an application for this big amount of trash that they produce. So this is all the experimental equipment that we use, and in this project was very important the collaboration with different persons with different competencies in order to achieve an interesting result. So we start to mold this plastic film, as you can see here. We start to make some plates, and we start to use also recycled plastic bags to make some tonalities or some different colors, explore the color potential. And we start to experiment also to produce some gifts, but the project evolved because we start to see that this is not an interesting solution for the project. So because we wanted the company to start to use this recycling of this plastic film, so we start to use the industrial pigment that they use in their manufacturing of plastic parts or of plastic furniture. And this was very successful. So we start to produce with these pigments very interesting textures and colors that we start to explore. And the project evolved along the way, so we start to improve, and this is some of the final an appliance lamp that we developed. So this is the detail of the details, and after the construction of this lamp. So, and this is the final result. So I think that this is a very interesting project and it has a very practical utility for this Nautilus company that they can implement very easily in the company, and to go ahead with some different products that they can produce using that plastic film. The second project that we did, it's about a low-cost end for the Enable project. So it was based the Enable project, so we did already some work in this field. And this is a collaboration, again, with other company. In this case, is a company called Padrão Ortopédico, so that they made this kind of parts. And they use also the 3D printing process, and they use also the machining. So they have significant amounts of leftovers and parts that are not conformed with the final goal. So, and our idea was trying to use this polyurethane waste and the TPU waste. So we collect this kind of waste, and we tried to develop a composition of a mixture of these two materials, these two plastic materials. So we start to study different percentage of each material. We did the tensile test in order to see the mechanical properties and the capacity of elasticity of the material. And we did injection molding with these different formulations. After that, we select the best composition, the composition that we thought that was the best one, that has the best mechanical properties, and we made this mixture, we made these pellets. We had a very a collaboration with PIEP in University of Minho to produce these pellets, and you see the amount of pellets that we produce in their facilities of PIEP. So PIEP was crucial for us in this project. So and after we made the filament. We made the filament and we start to print in our printers different parts. And this is the part that Daniela made, and you can see the different parts, and here's some more details. And after we had a collaboration with a clinical case of a person that needs this hand, and we had a collaboration with the University of Nova in Lisbon in this project. So, and this is the tests that we did with this project. This project was very interesting, and Daniela achieved several best poster in IJUP and also in Dia Mundial dos Materiais 2023. So it was a very interesting project, and she's going to present it also this year in Design Commit 2026. Finally, the third project that we did, it's with Hills. Hills is a student that came from Chile, and she stayed with us in Portugal. She's married already, a Portuguese guy, so she's very successful. She did the master program with us, and she liked a lot this work that she did in the master program, and she stayed in for doing the PhD, and she's finishing this her PhD this year. So, and this opens us the opportunity to collaborate in a European project that we call it Rest Reef, that I'm going to show you also. So the marine conservation methods, so there are different types of marine conservation methods. We are focused in artificial reefs, and there's different kinds of artificial reefs, but 3D printing is the area that we are interested in and we are exploring in this work. So you can see the different kinds of artificial reefs that we have in the ocean. And so we start to develop in our work an artificial reef that you can see here. And our first work was to develop substrates, and the idea is to develop substrates that can be compatible with the marine life. Okay, so that's our first work. So we published some papers, namely in Rapid Prototyping Journal, and this is the first work that we did with these artificial substrates, and we put them in an aquarium in Espinho, and we had there for more than 1 year, and so all these materials that we developed worked inside the aquarium. So we use cement, limestone, and also mussel shells. So mussel shells is also a big problem for the companies that produce mussels, because they have to pay to be free of these shells, and these shells are very important in the compositions of these substrates. So these studies, you can see the really nice colors and full of life that we got inside the aquarium of our first studies with these compositions that we developed. And after we start to study our artificial reef, and we have here some pictures of the design of the artificial reef, and the production of this artificial reef is through additive manufacturing. So we did the mixtures. This is the studies that we did of the artificial reefs before starting with the big one. So this is studies for planning the construction of this artificial reef. We also determined the mechanical properties. That was very important. So we are talking about an artificial reef that weighs around one ton. And we see here the, oops. You see the construction. So we have to construct the artificial reefs. This was in civil engineer department in our faculty of engineering. And because we have to produce two different parts and after assemble them, so it was a really big challenge. So we had the collaboration of the Saint-Gobain, also for manufacturing this artificial reef. And this is the team. So we had to transport, this weighs, as I said, around 1 ton. We have to transport it to Peniche that we have here, and we have to put it in the ocean to monitorize the evolution of the life around this artificial reef. So it was a big team that collaborates in this project. So our starting to work in this field opens us the opportunity to collaborate in this, to create or submit a project to European community that we call it Rest Reef. So it's an education platform for ecological restoration techniques with artificial reefs in Natura 2000 sites. So very quickly, and to obey my time, this is an education platform. So we have international mobility and marine conservation. So we have the collaboration of 3 countries, Portugal, Spain, and Croatia. And we have courses, we have cultural exchange, diving lessons, and certified course. And you can see we will learn about the habitat study with artificial reefs, marine conservation, lessons, photography, and practical course activities in 3 countries that we'll have. And so in this project we pay everything. So if you have someone interested in doing these courses, it's completely free. Oops. It's not go. It's blocked. Okay? So we pay transport, accommodation, food, diving, insurance, travel, everything. So if someone of you are interested, so we can talk a little bit more. And we also have here the brochure, and we'll talk more about this. Some of the details. And we'll have the courses in September in Croatia, Dubrovnik, Portugal, in Peniche, and Spain, in Murcia, the region of the Murcia, where we will have these courses and the diving lessons. So this is the first meeting of the team in Murcia, in Spain, and the second one in Dubrovnik. In November, we organized this seminar in FIOP. We had 106 participants in this seminar. And after we had the opportunity, all the participants in the seminar have the opportunity to have the baptism in the diving, in a swimming, in a pool. And that's it. This is the partners. Some of the details of this project. We have the web page, Rest Reef, where we can see more information about this project. And thank you very much. So conclusions. Developing new products requires multidisciplinary teams, and we saw this in the previous presentation. New product development technologies supported by IM, additive manufacturing, significantly shorten the time to market of new products. Our master program is an example of an industrial and product design master course based on project-based learning, and our course has products on the market, and the course direction fosters for several initiatives that you can see here. So, thank you very much. And just leave that Friday we'll have a seminar about 3D printing by extrusion. It's online and presential, so if someone is interested, we also have this poster upstairs and where you can see information about this topic. 2 minutes more, I'm sorry. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to pass now directly to Ligia, and then we may ask questions for both, okay? Ligia, Marina, Mariana? No. Sorry. No. All right. I see it. So here at your left, Miss Ligia Lopes, my colleague for a long time and the director of the Master of Industrial and Product Design. And she's going to present a few cases and how the strategy in the Master. And then we have a few surprises here with 2 students, already Masters, I think. Already Masters, okay, so the Masters, okay. And thank you, so I pass to Ligia, thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Ligia, like Carlos said. Thank you very much for welcoming us as a family, we come all together. And I have nothing to offer. This is the difference between an engineer and someone with a design background. We don't have money, you have to find some way to get money, and George helped us a lot. So I will present very quickly and short presentation of some projects and talk a little bit about the strategy in our master degree. My background is industrial design, and my PhD is more related with the inclusive design. So I'm very interested in and work with stream users, and most of the students that come to me the theses are very related with these themes. So I'm the director with George Lino. Like Carlos said, is a partnership between the Faculty of Fine Arts and Faculty of Engineering. So it's a very pleasable place to be, because we share a lot of, of course we share knowledge, but it's like living in 2 different worlds, because we are in the Faculty of Engineering is very big, and we in the fine arts we live in this really nice place in the city center. So I'll talk very quickly, because we have also Rita over there. She has a project upstairs if you want to see, and biomaterials, but she's ongoing. And Marina finished this year her thesis, and Mariana is another case because she finished last year. But after she finished, I asked a biotechnology company to give them opportunity to work with them. She's still there, so it's a big thing. So Mariana will present, and Marina. So we are very concerned with this, the contamination between design and society, and we are facing really, we are questioning, like Bonsiepe said, society change design rather than the other way around. And I think it's true, because we are moving behind the society. So also one thing that we understand that is very important in our master degree is working with and for empathy and humility. So some of the cases I bring here is working for empathy is something that we should teach, and of course every universities are facing really big challenges in the new way of teaching design. What is the topics that students want to bring to the table? So of course we take the chance in our classes of project design to connect with people and stakeholders, and we also every time we have the opportunity to bring people from outside to our university, because I think university is still a bubble of academics, and people around, random and vulgar people, ordinary people, are our users, our end users. So one other thing that's very important is understand the context and the time. And the time for design is, we are in a fast way and always running against time, so the deliverables. So, but when you work with users, and this case they are facing with users and users, the time of the others are different from our time. So, but we all also take the chance of our biology. In terms of biology, we are prepared to fit ourselves in the communities, in the context, and also in the time. So the environment that Marina and Mariana work is the contamination between design and the facilities of a hospital or a therapist company. So we are really working for the well-being, and as designers, we are facing 3 different kind of challenges in the classes. So a lot of students are concerned and doing and researching new materials is the topic. Other is about health, well-being and health, we work a lot with elderly residences, for example. And also we are facing the traditional and connections with the industry in Porto. We work with Sonai, we work with IKEA, Nautilus. Every year we change the company, and every year we change the subject of the project with the students. So this project, we work for emergency situations, and it was Wojtek. We work with the Refugees Association, and they said to us that the most important thing is to keep the documents waterproof, to have waterproof materials, documents, and medicines. So he designed artifacts that face this situation, and you can use the kit as a sling, for example, but the idea is to give this as a toolkit that someone somewhere in the world can produce it. So the idea is to produce a manual with instructions to build this artifact. So I will be very quickly, because I have to give time to my friends. So other thing is working with the new materials, and Guilherme Gentini, we work with them with Sacalho and bio-waste material using PLA molds, and we are facing and crossing every school are doing samples, Every school around the world are doing samples, but we need to face the new thing, the scale. Is the problem of doing biomaterials. So Guilherme produced this sacalho, is a tote bag. Oh, sorry. So we work with parametric design. And also we take the opportunity for using the PLA molds to use bio-waste to create new artifacts. Francisca take the opportunity in the pandemic time to work with our community, and she just collect materials from the community. Coffee shop from the community, they used to have peels of orange and other coffee, and she collects from the community, and she built this kind of artifacts that other challenge is to give the three-dimensional form to the biomaterials. This is some constraints that we have. We have some samples of Rita upstairs also. And then I'll present you Mariana. She was working with diabetes and...
Thank you. So this project was developed as part of my master's thesis, and which focused primarily on designing artifacts for the emotional support of children with type 1 diabetes. So the starting point of the project was the huge emotional and psychosocial impact that diabetes has, and which stems from the complexity of the treatment and of the permanent changes in patients' routines. So many of these children develop disorders during the time with the disease, such as depression, anxiety, and sometimes even have suicidal tendencies. So after recognizing the importance of participatory design in a project such as this, we established a partnership with Hospital São João in Porto, and together with a pediatric doctor from the hospital, we decided to develop artifacts for the insulin pump based on her own testimony regarding the positive impact that the stuffed toy, as you can see in this picture, had on their patients. So our approach focused on conducting workshops at the hospital, but unfortunately they were very limited with ethical, logistical, and time constraints imposed by the hospital. So we could not we couldn't do group activities with all the children. So we were forced to conduct the sessions individually and during the appointments. So our main goal with these workshops was to foster children's creativity and involving them in the creation of the insulin artifacts, insulin pump artifacts. So the materials were developed taking into account that the time that we have in the consultation was very, very limited. So the activities had to be very fast and could not interfere in any kind of way with the appointment, of course. So small notebooks, as you can see in this picture, with different shapes, different colors, were made to explore the insulin pump's outer shape, based on an earlier exploration that we made, and we were able to conclude that the artifact should be very compact and very small in size, in volume, in order to ensure the children's comfort and also mobility. So mixing shapes in the notebook helped really keep creativity open. While anthropomorphic stickers, so stickers with human-like shapes, encourage empathy and emotional connection, allowing children to make an animated figure without any kind of restrictions. So as you can see, the activities culminated in a wide range variety of results that accurately, I think, capture the imaginative side of nature of children. And these data were analyzed quantitatively, so we basically, our goal was to identify common patterns and common preferences among the children. So we counted the most frequently sections of the notebooks, as well as we counted the most used anthropomorphic elements. So regarding the analysis of the notebooks and the anthropomorphic elements, 3 external shapes of the insulin pump were defined, and regarding the animated sticker figure, most children preferred 2 eyes and 2 arms, and from a formal perspective or point of view, the eyes were usually symmetrical and the arms were asymmetrical. So we put them on snap-on fits, on snap-on pieces for the artifacts. So the results were then translated in 3D and 3D models and then 3D printed. So the final artifacts functions almost as a second skin for the insulin pump. So it will be, this is just prototypes, they will be produced in silicone. And they were designed to create this positive emotional connections in order to reduce some stress and anxiety related to the disease, and as well as softens the device negative symbolism. So through playful forms, color gradients, as I show in the other pictures, sensory materials, because we did some studies also on filaments with scent of baby cologne and thermochromic polyatic acid, for example. So through this sensory and almost synesthesia experience and customization through the snap-on pieces, the artifacts can promote some kind of comfort in the most difficult moments, emotionally of course, and engagement as well as emotional attachment. And that's it. Thank you. Now I'm going to pass my word to Marina.
Thank you. Hello everyone. My background is a little bit different from Mariana, so I'll present my master's thesis that was textile artifacts for physical and sensorial comfort of neurodivergent people. This project is related to develop these textile objects and accessories for children that experience some kind of dysregulation and sensorial dysregulation. The children that I worked with had ADHD and ASD, like the autism spectrum disorder and hyperactivity and depth of attention. So this kind of materials, it's set to make them, help them to self-regulate. And the investigation also advocates for using dead stocks for local companies and stores and fabrics to do some kind of sustainability and circular economy in kinds of to gather these different materials that we have in local stores and companies that were partnered with the project to enrich the texture experiences and availability of materials at the moment. I use named methodology called garment biographies that helps to map preferences aspects of comfort, materiality, and appearance. And also, this methodology works with gathering the available materials into consideration before the design process, and not only choosing the fabrics or materials that you use in the end of the sketches and everything else. We start with the materials that we have available, and then we design from it. So I develop a lot of sensorial samples for exploration with the children in domestic and therapeutic environments to explore a lot of different sensations and weights and softs and hard surfaces, with also scented object or not. And this variation of textures and colors also enriches the process in the therapeutic sessions to work with the children. So I started from these samples, and then go to the wearable pieces, designing wearable pieces. That results into two main prototypes. That was compression vest with acoustic hood and adjustable weights on the shoulders for the kids, and also animal shaped soft object and mascot that work with deep pressure from glass beads and also elastic limbs to hold the children, and also the a cushioned neck. And then I work with the giraffe, so this kind of animal that could perform all these parts. Here are some therapeutic moments that we work with the children, and then they using the artifacts to perform the activities during the session. Also, I couldn't interrupt their session, so it has to be very smoothly the way they use the artifacts, and also integrated with their activities. So also supervised by therapists and psychologists, and even their parents when they are available at the moment. So this is the final prototype for the compression vest, the acoustic hood. It's in cotton, elastic cotton material, because the children will be using this during the summer, so I couldn't use weighted materials or even warmer ones. And then the elastic and the glass beads with the giraffe. So this project showed that this combination of co-creation and participatory process with the children and their therapists to develop this product helped a lot them to helped a lot them to engage with the objects, the accessories. They use this in some kind of self-regulation, and also aspect to calm them in tactile, or also during the time of sleep, just to help to calm them in a lot of moments of the day. And the gathering of materials that is not also all buy in a shop, just gathered from local suppliers, didn't compromise the project. It was very important them even to the creation of emotional bonds and some kind of conceptuality of sustainability to do the prototypes, and the children embrace this kind of initiative. So if you have any other questions, then we can discuss it more, but yeah, that was my project. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we're going to make in a few minutes the coffee break, and also you can enter in the spaces to see the prototypes of our students along these spaces inside, okay, and also the posters. Before any questions for Ligia, George? Oh, Fernando already has a state. Okay, thank you.
Hello, good morning. It's not a question. It's I like to express my compliments to the second speaker. I believe, no, the third speaker, who developed the pumps for children with diabetes. And because you face so many difficulties to obtain the data, so many constraints, and in the end of the process, in the end of the research process, at least me, I can see a clear connection between the simple inputs from the children and the final product. And this, for me, it's a clear example how creativity is important also in terms of research process. Really nice to know your work. Congratulations.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying, as a supervisor, she's a 20. She's a 20 in the scale, you know. It's top. No, you haven't thought, and I will tell you as a supervisor that she was struggling because we are in between the medical staff, and we are in. I remember once we were in a conversation with the doctor, Dr. Cynthia, and she was given. She was working with the staff of schools, primary schools, and association. And the feedback it was completely different from the medical background. When we get in the hospital, Dr. Cynthia said, this is not a good idea. She was, I think she was finished the state of art, based on the connection with schools and associations. And I remember that, and we sit on the coffee shop, and I said, look, and she said, Professor, I have almost 100 pages. And I said, this is the best what happened to you. Let's face this as an opportunity. And then Mariana flourished. But she faced it also, one thing, most of the time we were in, but when she was in the consultation with we prepared all the materials because we couldn't be there, 2 persons, outsiders. But she faced one thing alone, and I have to say it, the ethical program in the hospital with children is very complicated. And they give us permission 1 week before the final discussion of the project. Of course, we were working with the staff and the doctors, but the final decision of the ethical program in the hospital, they give us 1 week before she presented the thesis. She faces by herself, and I have to say it.
Any other question before we go up and see? You can see the prototypes. They are in the first element there also. Rita also with all things with castagne, with chestnut. So let's go up to have some drinks and to speak with these people. Thank you so much for your attention.